Is there a way for JS to go live same time?
You can go live. We just can't go live together.
Because then the audio
will be fucked. Oh, sorry guys. I'm just like stay. Watch live now, Nick 049 live. Oh, so we are live. What's up, people? We are live. We're doing a live podcast with Johnny, so we're actually live.
Oh, we're live on this?
Yeah. Refresh that so we can see it.
Yeah.
And then we'll check Facebook. So we're not going to stay live here. So you guys, we're in the studio. It's our first ever live podcast today with Johnny Slicks. And we're live twice.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
There you go. Just put that full screen.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a lag.
Cool. Dope.
Yeah. Oh, you can do it like this.
Oh, yeah. I actually gotta do a shake. So we do have a few questions, but then I'm going to. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut this door.
Yeah.
It all happened so suddenly.
Yeah. Like, oh God, we're live. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Let me know if you guys can hear us, and then Mark will be monitoring questions as much as possible, and then
ask us some stuff.
yeah, we got time.
I can go. Yeah, I can't go live at the same time.
As me?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, you're talking about together?
Instagram.
Like in the same one?
Just do this. Just do Instagram.
Yeah,
So, anyways,
okay.
on Facebook, my Facebook, and then on my YouTube, you guys can watch this. I'm not going to stay live forever on this. We're going to turn this off. We're just doing this to notify you guys that we are doing a live podcast, and we are currently live. So those of you that are watching us live, we're just notifying everybody. Where did you get that chair? This chair is, where is this chair called? Secret Lab.
It's
This-
on the back.
Yeah, this is the Batman one. I don't know if they have this anymore.
I'm not sure. I actually just got an ad for them the other day.
So,
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Now on the JS live.
all right, guys. So listen, Facebook, Instagram. Let's go. Wait, live where? That's what I'm saying. Facebook and not Instagram. Facebook, YouTube. My YouTube.
Yeah.
My YouTube and my public Facebook account. And yeah, we're good. I don't use Facebook or yes, YouTube.
YouTube. Go to YouTube.
Drop your questions there, and then I will. Actually, I have a question thing in my story still.
I do too.
So you can drop that as well.
Yep.
And then we'll go. So go see us on YouTube and hang out with us there. If not, you'll catch the recording later.
For you 8 guys in here, we are going live on Nick's YouTube. Go to Nick's YouTube or Facebook. You can also go into the stories and put your questions. But right now, we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Trippy.
Bye.
Tom, what's up? Go onto Nick's YouTube or Facebook.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. John.
Okay, see you there. All 8 of them.
Dude, Instagram is weird, man.
Yeah, Instagram's super weird.
So this is going to be a plug for BP. I just got done training. So are you warm? So yeah, I do have a couple questions for you. Let's just kick this off. And then if you're okay with it, we can tell you you can say what happened.
Yeah.
It's super sad.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah. So Johnny and Allie and I did a kind of a celebratory dinner.
Yeah.
For Johnny Slicks, just kind of wrapping up the year. We've got some like meetings that we have to do and like work stuff. But we just wanted to go out and have a nice dinner.
Yeah.
And celebrate. Which, dude,
phenomenal.
The rest of us, phenomenal. I don't eat red meat, and I talked him into getting this. What was the steak?
It was a 45-day aged dry rub. It says 16 ounce, but it was like damn near 20 ounce. It was like 20 ounce, right?
Yeah.
20 ounce ribeye.
Was huge.
Massive steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it.
What were you gonna get?
I was just gonna get a normal ribeye, like a 16 ounce like prime ribeye.
Yeah.
That's normally what
And I was like, fuck no, we're celebrating.
Yeah, so let's get
that big one.
Let's get a bigger one.
And you were like, what'd you say? You're like, I don't eat red meat, so you have to try it.
Yeah, you tried it, yeah.
And it was
good, right?
I was pleasantly I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
The
dude.
fat was amazing on it. I thought the
It's
whole
delicious.
thing, anything, any part, pick up the bone. Yeah, it was awesome.
And anyways, what happened the next morning?
Yeah, so I went to bed not last night. My days are all fucked up now because of what happened. But when was that? Tuesday?
Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night. I was like calculating how much protein was in that steak.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's got to be like almost 120 grams, like just in that steak alone. And granted, I didn't like finish it all the way, but it was like over 100 grams of protein I just ate. Bro, I woke up at 4:45, puking my brains out, man. I've never felt so sick in my entire life. Everything came up, every single thing. It was so unbelievably painful. Not only because it was throwing up, but because it was such like a prideful steak. Like it was so good, man. It just sucked that.
Would you do it again?
No, not that. No. No. So I probably would. I'd get it cooked a little bit more. I don't think my body's too fond of like.
What'd you choose?
I got medium.
But it came a little rare.
But yeah, it was like 2 inches thick. The steak. So like medium is like okay, maybe a warm red center, maybe, but like it was. I mean, you saw it. It was like purple. I think it was definitely in a rare.
Do you think that was the problem?
Scale.
It was just
I think
a little
so.
too rare.
Yeah, I don't think it had nothing with the steak at all. I think it was me. I don't really eat that rare of meat before, so I think that's what did it.
It was good.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I'll get it again. I'll just, I'll get it cooked a little bit more.
A little more time.
And like, you don't send steaks back.
Oh, no.
Nah. So like,
No.
I messed up.
I've worked in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. I would not expect that restaurant, but it's still like,
Mm-hmm.
the steak's not going to come back the same.
Mm-hmm.
I want it this way. Yeah. Man. But I'm glad all you guys loved your food. And you all had dessert too.
Bro, I had dessert, and then I woke up. I feel like I woke up even more ribs.
That's awesome.
That was I had that pecan pie.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh,
Ice cream and everything.
So good.
Dude, I had garlic
That's
fries.
the pecan pie. I told her, I was like, we got to go to the one
Yeah.
here and get that for Christmas.
For sure. And from 4:45. Why do you keep dropping things? Just so everyone knows, it's the second time he's dropped.
I'm out.
Is that
I'm
cup you've dropped twice in the last 30 minutes?
I'm leaving it right where it's at.
All right.
Protein's done. Thanks, Nick Bear and BPN for the protein.
But yeah, I continued to throw up for the next 14 hours and laying in bed.
You're just getting ripped, bro. It's the
the opposite, man.
Johnny Slick's weight loss.
Dude, it was terrible, man. I was laying in bed and I was just like sipping water. And I like roll over. Nope. Water, just everything. I couldn't even hold down anything. And I'm on Accutane, so my skin's already like super dry and I'm super dehydrated. Bro, I couldn't drink or do anything for like 4 or 5 hours. My lips were all like, it was bad.
I didn't even hear from you. I was like, oh, he's done.
Even right now, like I'm better, but
What you need?
what?
Okay.
No. The only thing in my system right now is just Gatorade and water and cocaine.
Just mix some cocaine in there. You'd be right.
It really hurts to laugh, man. Oh man.
All right. Let's
We got
get into
questions.
this. Yeah, we got a couple questions, and let's go on with the steak. Why does Johnny? I got so many comments. This is from Tony Cano,
Okay.
Mr. GC Backyard Rub.
I can't wait to try it.
Huh?
I can't wait to try the rub.
Oh man, it's there.
This season.
If you have not tried the GC Backyard Rub seasonings, you're missing out.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think they're having a discount right now for the holidays.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Dope.
But veteran owned, Texas born. So go check them out.
And Nick approved.
Definitely Nick approved. Anyways, they want to know why are you cutting your steak that way? And I think they were I had multiple people respond that you were the way you were holding the fork. Do you remember?
No. Why do people pick on the weirdest shit, man?
It's the weirdest stuff. I don't know. I'm like, I don't really give a
Who
shit.
cares? Have you seen Tom hold a fork?
But no.
Everyone
Like a
like
complete savage.
Yeah.
Just tell them you're a savage. Be like, I'm a savage. Let me see if I can pull. Now I'm gonna go to. If you guys haven't seen this, we'll have to show the. show
Was
the
I
video.
holding a fork in a weird way?
I think you were. Trying to go back to my archive.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I was really. Oh, I was. I was like fucking. I keep craying it. Yeah.
Why?
Man, I don't know. Oh, because first off, their steak knives are more like bread knives. That thing was like really
I
hard to cut.
noticed that.
So I had to like no shit steak the steak with the
Yeah.
fork in order to cut because it wasn't cutting right. So like I guess I savaged it. Yeah, for I was like,
instead of like pointed, right?
Instead of pointing.
Is that what
Yeah.
they're talking about?
It was sliding around on the plate. I had to.
Bro, hey, listen, that was a big hunk of meat. If you weren't there, you just don't know unless you were there.
Somebody called it the sperm steak because it had that like artichoke on top or whatever.
Yeah, that was my next thing
Yeah.
that I was going to was why does Johnny like sperm on his steaks?
Why is that a thing? I didn't ask for them to put that on there. I don't even know what that was.
Did you eat it or did you like?
No, I didn't eat that.
Just, like,
Yeah, Rebecca tried. She had because she had it on her plate too. I think they're called leeks, right? I think it's like a
straight up
a
family.
family.
Like a very large.
It's like
sperm.
in the family of onion or something. I don't know. Rebecca cut the bowl and tried it. She said, "Do not do it." I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to eat the bowl. It's supposed to be the leaves. But I don't know. I don't know anything about them. It showed up on the steak and I took it right off. I don't want no vegetables on my meat.
I think that's all
Steak related.
steak related.
Okay, good. Thank
I
you.
think we're done with it.
I kind of had a feeling too. I had a feeling when I was cutting in, you were putting on Instagram. I was like, people are gonna pick on it regardless. Like,
my happiness, and give a fuck meter what people say is.
dude, it was such a good steak.
Yeah,
it was such a good steak.
So then, okay, my girlfriend wants to know what happened to the Mrs. Slick line. You want to take this? Or you want me to take this?
It sounds like you're pretty adamant on it.
I get frustrated.
Oh,
I think it was a great line. Women are so fickle.
You have to really carefully.
No. Fuck that.
Fickle.
Fickle.
All right.
They're so. And it's crazy because I can look at like women who are like, oh, I'm non-GMO, organic, oat milk, soy latte bullshit, and but when it comes to their hair and makeup, it's like
the opposite,
the complete opposite
of
what they're putting on their skin.
Yeah.
So
and it's weird too, not to cut you off, but they hyper focus in cosmetics for some reason, but not in food. Some women. So someone will be like, you put sodium bicarbonate in here. It's like, yeah, it's a bath bomb, so like it needs that ingredient. It's salt, but it's so weird that they like nitpick on one ingredient and then they like share it to all their friends. Like nothing against stay-at-home wives or moms, but they put it on their blogs.
Yes,
because every single one of them has a blog, and then they just like shit talk about this one thing. I'm like, you guys are wild. But meanwhile, you're eating at McDonald's and like
whatever.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it just doesn't
so when
matter.
it comes to grooming products, majority of women are so set in their ways on their specific products that they're using that are mainstream chemical based products that they're like, no, it doesn't do this or it doesn't feel this way. It's like, well, yeah, because there's chemicals in there and we have an organic method. I think when it comes to guys are just a little bit more like, does it work and it's healthy? Bonus.
And honestly, with dudes, it's easier to be more like primitive.
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude, slap this coconut oil on you. And then they're like, oh, Vikings used to do that. You know what I mean? Like more savage. And that's true. It is. Like it's 100% true.
So that's kind of what happened is across the board, we just didn't sell it the way that we wanted. Intended.
Yeah.
And a lot of the feedback we got was just women wanting a chemical-based product, but they call it organic.
Yeah. They wanted like a makeup remover that
was organic. But worked
better than the chemical-filled stuff.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's what sucks too. Is like organic competes with chemical when it comes to efficiency.
Yeah.
So like on the formula side, we have to work on making a formula that works not the same or not better, but in its own individual lane because it is its own individual thing. So it's like expectations versus reality type thing where like this body butter is literally what your body is craving based on shea butter and all these other oils that we use. But because it doesn't feel like it's silicone based or alcohol based, people are like, no, I don't want it. But I want healthy, but I don't want that.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, you can't have both. Like, you know what I mean?
You're gonna pick.
Yeah. So like when we make formulas, it's always based on that. And for some reason, the women were just like hyper focused on these random things. You'd be like, I read in this blog article that you shouldn't use soap, so I'm not buying your soap. You know what I mean? Like it's just random stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, dudes love it, and what's crazy is chicks love the dude smells.
Yeah.
Like they love their guys to wear dry scents.
I had a whole science in it when it comes to fragrances and oils.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So that's why they love it because it's releasing pheromones. Right. Like their man's body is releasing natural pheromones.
At one point, we had 12 babies born.
That's more.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like 15 now.
15.
Yeah. And if anyone's gotten pregnant One, we are not liable, but let us know. Yeah, let us know if.
And the way that it goes is like obviously it doesn't make you pregnant.
No, not at all.
It's not immaculate. It's not Johnny
But
Slick's
it's like
immaculate flash.
What's it called?
Aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac. Man.
So like if a woman smelled your man, you were like, oh yeah, we're banging, and then you went and banged and got pregnant.
Not liable.
Not liable, but please let us know.
But kind of caused it, but not liable.
But we want to know, so please let us know.
Yeah.
Is this changing? Are we
Yeah.
changing?
It's just a little bit behind.
It's a dope looking table.
It is a dope looking table. I think, like I said, we're going to keep this table for the podcast and then get a new conference room table.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for it to share. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So the next one is someone wants to know if they could eat cinnamon roll pomade.
No.
What will happen if they do?
You will shit your pants and you will have a headache. Pretty drastic headache.
You think you'll have a headache?
Absolutely.
I think you would just shit your pants.
I mean, yeah, but that might cause a headache. Do not eat it. I know it smells like you can eat it, but do not eat it. Just smell it.
Allie Gilbert, you will shit your pants, and you do a lot of squats, so don't.
She's asking that?
Yeah.
Well, come on, you know better. Don't eat cinnamon roll. Don't eat pumpkin.
Don't let your kids.
Don't eat maple.
Yeah. Whose faux hawk is better?
Oh.
Hers.
Hers.
Hers. Styling tips. How important is it for you guys, and what is your own personal take on it? I don't really understand that.
For
question.
styling?
Yeah, I mean, I just do what I do, man.
I think styling is very, very crucial to you as a person. I think that if you walk around like a slob, you're going to do everything like a slob. So if you take your time and you style your hair.
Well, not only that, it's going to do personal confidence. That's why I tell people, like, you guys are getting on with the Agogi. I'm like, how is this going to improve because they come on, they're like, my self-esteem is down, my confidence is down.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking gym.
Yeah.
Like, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
I mean, it really is that simple.
Yeah.
And then we overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
Most of the
time. Don't dress like a bum. Put on nice clothes.
Get out of pajamas and flip-flops.
Get out of your pajamas and flip-flops. Wash your body with Johnny Slicks. Style your hair and beard with Johnny Slicks.
Eat a healthy
Or
breakfast.
shave. Eat good food. Go to the gym. You're going to feel more confident.
And then by doing that, everything else in your life is like substantially going to get better.
It
falls in line.
Everything falls in line.
It's so
and they're
easy.
like, I like this guy. It's like the office space guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, he's just a really confident guy. We're going to give this guy a raise. He's like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing here.
Yeah. What a great scene too.
But I make
Bob
more money.
and Bob.
Yeah.
That was great.
But it's absolutely true, and I've seen it time and time again. Like people that come on the Agogi, they start losing weight, they become more confident, they get more energy, they start cleaning up their life, and then women are more attracted to them. They're getting raises, they're getting bonuses.
Yeah.
Some guys get the more confidence to where they're like, I'm quitting my job and starting my own business.
And I feel like
that's happened.
Yeah.
And they feel like they can do it, and they do it. And all it was so yes, styling is important.
Styling is
going back to the root.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's like self-care.
I mean, how do you carry yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't brush your teeth, if you don't Q-tip your ears, if you don't like do these little things that seem like they're not significant.
Yeah.
Like where do you draw the line where you're like, nah, I don't need soap?
I don't know if we made a video about it. We just talked about it, but I was like, I think I texted you. I was like, when you have a full Johnny Slicks morning, like you use all the
routine.
The routine.
Yeah.
And how you feel after doing that routine.
That was a while ago. Yeah, you
Yeah.
did something like that. Yeah.
So like you get done training or whatever it is, and then you shower with the body wash, you shampoo, conditioner, you use the beard, soap.
Yep.
And then I get out, and then I shave with the shave soap, and then or line up my beard or whatever, and then we go into like styling your hair or whatever, using beard oil, using the water-based pomade, using the oil base for your beard, and you're just like, fuck yes, dude.
Yeah, man.
Like you feel just clean and sharp and smell good,
and like you walk around knowing you smell like a fucking badass. Like you smell amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you use cinnamon roll, paradise. Like
even that just changed.
you
You're like,
smell great.
it's one of those. I don't know. It's Christmas, where I'm thinking back to like Home Alone. Like Home Alone, like he does all the little routine.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, I feel,
you got it done.
I feel sharp.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Man, that's so cool. Yeah.
Give me one of those Zevias.
The what? Oh, these.
It's one of my guilty pleasure guys.
Are there any questions on this?
Yeah.
There are.
We got.
Use your mic though.
Those are good, huh?
Yeah, if you guys like soda and you don't want to do like caramel coloring and sugar and all that kind of shit, you can get this Zevia. I'm not sponsored by them by no means. We buy them on Amazon, but there's no calories.
When are
There's
these
no
type of drinks going to be like that? Where, okay, they put
Gatorade's making too much money. Man.
blue one in here.
Yeah.
When are they just going to take coloring out? When they realize, like,
No, they're not.
you don't think they're going to?
No. But there's no coloring here. There's no anything. It's sweetened with stevia. So if you're into that sort of thing.
Here's the first one.
Go ahead.
After getting out, I was straight beard and shaved head. Now I'm at firefighting. I flipped and need something for my mop. I don't like high shine and hold. Something moldable after a call. Recommend?
After getting out of, I was straight beard and shaved head. Now
Very confusing.
Flipped. So, I don't like high shine. So you don't like high shine or hold. So that's easy. You need oil-based pomade. 100%. Actually, I would recommend grabbing a 4-ounce oil-based pomade and a 2-ounce Formula 49. Since you don't like high shine, but you are a firefighter, I would highly recommend using oil-based pomade first on your hair, and then topping it off with just a little bit of Formula 49. That'll take any shine away. It'll give you a little bit more hold. You'll still be able to change it when you take your cover off, your helmet off, whatever. Oil-based pomade, and then follow it up with a Formula 49 clay-based pomade. That's literally what I do. So if you want this type of hair shine, that's what you need to do.
Speaking of, I'm going to do this early in the podcast. Tomorrow is Johnny's birthday.
Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday. Hopefully I'm recovered.
You're turning
29.
29 years old. 29 years old.
Yeah.
And can we go ahead and say what the
Sure.
It's the last day of Slickmas.
Yeah.
It's the last day of Slickmas. Slickmas is, for you who don't know, is we do 12 days of Slickmas leading up to the shipping window, when the shipping window closes for Johnny Slicks.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a way to have fun with the holiday season, because we kind of wind down and let everybody kind of go hang out with their people for the rest of the holiday. And anyway, so we do 12 days of deals, and it just so happens that always the very last day,
it really does just happen that way.
it just happens that way. Last day of Slickmas is always Johnny's birthday.
It's the last day.
And since he's turning 29, we're doing 29% off the entire store. Everything, including newer products.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. If it's on the Giant Six,
So,
it's 29%.
The code's going to be birthday, right?
Yep. On December 16th. Important.
Tomorrow.
So
if you're watching this on December 16th, if you're watching this now, no, the deal of the day is it's a giveaway.
Tomorrow. Oh, today. Fuel Hunt. Yeah.
Fuel Hunt giveaway. Yeah, so we're doing a Fuel Hunt giveaway. I don't know. What's the stipulations for that?
I don't know.
You really don't know?
No, I think you just have to.
Mark, do you know? You made the video.
No.
You made the video.
So Allie posted it. It's we're giving away 2 Fuel Hunt gift cards worth $150 each. If you don't know who Fuel Hunt is, then
You should.
you need to, because they are amazing. And we're also giving away a Johnny Slicks kit, pretty much one of every product in it. So all you have to do is go on Instagram, tag one person in the comments, and you're entered. Every entry is
That's it?
every
You
comment.
don't have to even buy anything? You
No
It's
purchase.
just a social media giveaway?
If you share the post, you get 10 extra entries. And also today's golden ticket for Slickmas conditioner.
Okay.
So if you need conditioner,
So for those you don't know, in your products, look for a golden ticket in the cap.
yeah. So along with the Slickmas, I had the wonderful idea of doing Willy Wonka golden tickets. So every single day of Slickmas so far, each product is like a new product we launch. 3 of those products that sold the day prior have golden tickets in them. So if you purchase a conditioner today, it will ship out in the next shipping thing they do over there. They print them, by 200. So if the next one you buy a conditioner, you might get a gold ticket on your product. And if you find a gold ticket, you get a $150 gift card, as well as your own very own personalized 15% off discount code.
There you go. So get on there.
There's
Get
a
on
lot,
there and
a
do
lot
it.
of giving away.
Yeah.
I guess it's the season.
So you want to talk a little bit about American manufacturing?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Anyone ask any questions about it?
No.
Okay.
I'm just wondering.
We do have some more questions. Though.
We do have questions, but
I can talk about American manufacturing forever.
um,
I highly recommend it. You lose sleep, but you gain wisdom.
yeah, it has created such a much difficult problem.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
To maintain that.
It's not. Honestly, though, I was looking at like back in the day, like 4 years ago. We're about to turn 5 in March, so like I was looking back and I was like, when I thought that was stressful doing American manufacturing, then 2020 happened, and I was like, this is like businesses are going out of business that have been in business for like 20 years.
Not us.
So like I was like, man, this is getting really difficult, you know.
Yeah.
And now even today with inflation and obviously the man in charge, he's like, we're just paying.
The man in charge.
The person in charge. Sorry, you can't even identify him. But it's just becoming so difficult. But there's nothing more rewarding, you know, than having like an American manufacturing facility and then having actual Americans working in there. It's incredible. I love it.
We got a question. Why is American sourced important to Johnny Slicks?
Why is American sourced important? Okay, so American sourced comes down to supporting people, supporting Americans, supporting Americans, supporting Americans in that order.
Break that down because I
Yeah.
don't think people understand when you're sourced. Not only are you American made, but you're sourcing American. Maybe that's why George giving us a little.
Yeah, it's like okay, so you know how like handcrafted used to be like a thing, and then all of a sudden like Taco Bell came out with like the handcrafted tortilla, and I'm like. So this word is just, it doesn't mean anything anymore. And I think American made, which I appreciate you, George, for asking that, but American made is like anybody can use it.
Yeah.
You know, if your labels are printed here and your product's overseas, you can put American made on the label.
There's some weird stipulations, but there's a lot of things you can get away with it.
A lot. So like American source is important because we buy ingredients from other companies in America who employ other Americans. And if they do not provide the raw materials, they get it from another American company.
Mm-hmm.
Who employs other Americans.
So much extra work.
It's a lot of extra work, and we pay the price for it. But because of that, we are supporting our employees. We are supporting their employees in their company, and then whoever they go to, their employees.
It trickles down.
Yeah, of course. And
but you got to think about what that would do on the larger scale if just everybody said we're going American made.
Yeah.
For what? For the
if we were to
say 75%.
Yeah.
75% of American stuff was all American made. What would the trickle down effect for jobs, communities? What would
all
it do?
We would need is one tech company to do it, and it would drastically change the entire country. That's it. Instead, we design them in California and get them made in China.
Yeah.
So like design work, you can do that at home with like 3
and
people.
You could even do the machinery and all that kind of stuff that's making it, but the people that are running the factories are all American made.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cost that goes in it, and I get it, but at the end of the day, man, it's like what is the benefit? Like, sell me on the benefit of outsourcing stuff to China.
The only benefit I know of is money.
Right, but then what does that do for long term?
If your highest priority is money, then that's great.
Yeah.
But our highest priority isn't money. As a company, we like money, yes.
Yeah, we're making money.
It's the impact into the community. Right. It's supporting the people, our employees, and offering them.
Giving people, it's nice to be able to give a community here jobs.
Yeah.
And as Johnny Slicks has grown, I mean, hell, without Johnny Slicks, Mark would, I don't know what Mark would be doing.
Yeah.
Be doing something else.
Yeah. And it's also really cool too.
Weddings, Mark, you'd be doing.
I don't know about
that. Doing weddings.
And by doing that, we also get to support the employees and then
right.
Support them on their way out when they pursue something bigger, than us. Their purpose, and we get to like do that. If you go from China, you don't ever see the people making your stuff.
Like Tanner, who's in.
Tanner right now is in Marine Corps boot camp, and
He's
I
like
said that last night, dude. Last night I was throwing up, and I said to Rebecca, "At least I'm not in boot camp." I keep saying it, Tanner. You gave me such strength by doing that.
Do we have his address? Can we publicly put his address?
Not yet.
Right now?
He just got there, so I'm sure he doesn't.
We don't have anything.
No, not yet. No. Oh, when we get it, don't worry, we're posting it.
You're gonna post it publicly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want you guys be following us for that. Because
yeah, Tanner's.
I'm just gonna explain. You know those things that like the confetti dicks?
Yeah.
That's all. I just want to send him like one a week. So for like every week he just gets a confetti.
Like every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
It's like the clean day. Yeah.
Yeah. Every Sunday you just get confetti dicks.
Yeah.
And I hope they pull them every single time.
Yeah.
He has to clean them up.
100%.
I mean, if he's cleaning those up, he's not getting thrashed, right?
Right.
So it's like we're really helping him.
Yeah. We could justify that. Either which way, I think we should just do it, though.
Tanner, we're helping you.
I can't wait to see him come back.
And hopefully everybody, I like that. Are we going to go down there?
I don't know. I think it'd be rad if we did. When's the last time you went to Paris Island?
When I graduated.
Okay, me too. Oh, no, I lied. I went 2 months after because somebody was graduating.
Yeah, when I graduated, it's been over 20 years. I spent 5.5 months there. I was like, when I got done there, I was like, I'm never coming back to this island ever again. Now I've gone to Buford, but I've never gone to the island.
Yeah, okay. It'll be fun. Maybe we should go.
Bro, when I left that, because I was there for so long, I legitimately had this feeling that I was like UA, and they were like, come get me and take me back.
No shit.
Just
That's terrifying.
Not like I knew that wasn't a reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I knew that wasn't happening.
But like somebody messed up your paperwork.
But it was just like that feeling because it was my first night out. So I was there for 5.5 months.
Yeah.
Speaking in the third person.
Yeah.
So that first night out, I was like,
something's wrong.
This is wrong. I didn't know what to wear. I was like, so I just wore I just wore the normal shit that I wore every night. You know what I mean? Go to sleep.
That's like the quintessential brainwashing.
100%,
You
bro.
didn't know how to function out of there.
100% brainwashed, dude. I was 19 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild.
Anyways, on that, somebody asked. I'm on Facebook, by the way. I don't know if you see Facebook comments, but I have Facebook pulled up.
It's both.
Oh, it's both. What did you guys hate most about? What did you hate most about the Corps? I think I know your answer.
Hate most?
Yeah. What did you hate most
What did
about
I
the
hate
Corps?
most?
For those of you who don't know, John was actually in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, even though I don't look like it. I have the tattoo.
Hoorah!
Thing I hated the most. I would say it was like puffed up egos.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say, "Can I get the window?"
Well, that was the ego. I'm trying to like sum it up because
okay.
the it wasn't a lieutenant, it was a gunny who ended up like yelling at me for not saluting an officer when his back was towards me right after my deployment, and it was those things that really pushed me away because I'm like, I'm a stellar dude at my job. I take care of my Marines. Like I did everything that I thought I was supposed to be doing, and I was being praised for it in my unit. But as soon as you left, if they didn't know you, they treated you like you were an enemy, but like we're literally wearing.
Anytime you're new,
it's super weird because I'm like, Marines,
you're a shitbag.
If you're in the Marine Corps and there's another Marine, when you're out, you're brothers. But when you're in, you're like competitive. I don't know. It's like super competitive. And then we talk shit on other branches. So it's just like everybody talking shit on everybody, trying to like hold them down. But you never really see that until you leave the people you know, which is super weird. Like you have to earn your place, even though I felt like I was doing that every day I went to work and I killed it. I was like, I earned everything I'm wearing right now. So it was really weird to get like, gunning out the window. For anyone who doesn't know that amazing story, I was an armorer and we were taking too long passing these weapons out for the field. We weren't. It was like 2:30 in the morning. We were getting them out. There were like 400 dudes. Everybody was late. All the engineers, they were all late. So we were already passing out. And if you guys don't know armory, it's like a, I don't know, 1 foot window by 2 foot window. It's a tiny armored window that you're passing out a weapon. And the PEC-15s and the NVGs, you're passing out all these things. You have to check the serialized cards. Apparently we were taking too long. And this gunnery sergeant kept coming up to the window and pushing Marines out of the way. I have a rifle about to hand it to a Marine. And he'd push the Marine out of the way, push the rifle back in the window and say, "What's taking you guys so long?" And it got to the point where we were just like, Gunny, you are what's taking so long. You are the reason. And it was those type of things that really pushed me out of the Marine Corps. It wasn't anything to do with the person, but I think those egos were like praised. Like people like that were praised by their leadership to keep doing those things, and that's what really that like I was like, why do I want to be like I don't want to join them. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that at all. I don't want my ego to I don't hurt people's feelings, but essentially you're getting in the way of the mission, you know? And that shit just it drove me wild. So that was probably the least favorite.
What's the most favorite?
Most favorite part? Honestly, I really loved my job. I really loved being an armorer. Disassembly, reassembly, it was like a puzzle. Everything was a puzzle. You know, getting called up on the line when a weapon is not firing, sluggish firing with 50 cal.
You got to do some cool shit as an armorer.
Really cool shit. Yeah. So like being able to have like a sluggish weapon and then identifying it from a like distance, knowing that
you got to work with weapons company, right?
Yeah. EOD, everybody, sniper team. I got to work with like so many.
So you weren't really there wasn't much of your career that you were just stuck in a hole.
Right. Yeah. And like most armorers do, which is really sad. Years. Yeah. But like being able to play detective and like it's guns.
And you did a deployment where you like basically were on like a team where you just everywhere.
I just went everywhere. And like honestly, that was the best part of my life. I learned so much experience just by going to other countries and like looking.
Do you know how many countries you went in that?
I think 29. But like I don't
know.
Yeah, I think like 29.
I had no idea. I thought it was like 6 or 7.
No, 6 or 7 the first month. But like eventually
so you were just like living out of a backpack.
Yeah, dude. And on the way from from Spain, all of this is like in my head. It's like a spider web because I can't remember where I went and how I went there. But it was like from Germany to Ireland or Germany to Spain. One of them, dude. All of a sudden, I just had this like panic attack from flying. I never like going to all these countries. I was perfectly fine. I was playing video games on my phone. I was like doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden, I just like acquired this anxiety of flying, and still to this day, I don't know what happened. I was literally, I think it was on the way to Germany because they had these little Coke cans that were like really like slim.
Yeah.
And, I think it was Germany. And I was just like sitting in the back seat, like rocking back and forth. The flight attendants are coming out. Super weird, man. I know.
20, like
29. Yeah, about 29. Like that. Yeah. 26, 29.
Mine was probably my worst thing is that your progress is limited by your rank.
Mm.
Like granted, don't get me wrong, you can, obviously I leveled up in the Marine Corps. I went from,
Well, you had a mouth.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I still leveled up, but I did have a mouth. Still have a mouth. But like you could only progress, like your hard work doesn't necessarily equal progression in the military. Like the shitbag can progress just as easily as somebody who's hard work with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that always rubbed, especially as I became like a senior staff NCO, that rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I literally had a guy tell me, he goes, "You know your problem, Nick? You work too hard, you care too much." And I was like,
I remember you telling me that.
I was like, oh, I don't think I should be here
I'm
anymore.
In the wrong place.
I'm in the wrong place because as far as I'm concerned, working hard and caring is like
that is life.
That's your like. I feel like that's
the standard.
That's the standard. That's just.
And you're doing too much.
That's just the standard of how where you should be. And anyways, so I heard that. That was one of the many things that I heard that I was like, yeah, I don't need to be here anymore.
Yeah.
So that was. I'm not really a big fan of that. I think anywhere you should go in life, your success should be 100% on you.
Yeah.
And your effort and your work.
Based on earning. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I would not change anything. Like I would still go back and do all the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was experience, it was that. But when you get to a point, everybody's gonna leave the military at some point. You can't stay there forever. So you're gonna leave eventually. So while you're there, get what you can get out of it, enjoy it, have fun, and then but when the time comes to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite thing is probably for me personally was just the job. I mean, because kind of like you, like I just holy shit, man! Like, I mean,
where else would you ever do anything?
Like I did the shit that I did, man. I did like they make movies about,
right?
You know what I mean? Like
you're
riding motorcycles out of the back of helicopters in bad guys with all my friends with guns on my back and like this surrogate army. Like that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like jumping out of helicopters into the Thailand Ocean.
Yeah,
pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
so
people play that in video games.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's that's probably my favorite, was just being able to do that job from the time I was 18 years old to the time I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
And kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And so that's mine.
Also, I was frustrated with MOSs and cutting. You were senior, so you didn't have to do all. But like watching guys like optics techs that were in there for like 6 years just get corporal, and then me as an armorer, because my MOS had a lower cutting score, like I achieved it.
Yeah,
I didn't understand any of that.
The whole system of
like this guy taught me my job. It's weird. Yeah, I know it's a system. Points and
Excommunicated Warrior helped me. Yeah, man, it saved a lot of people. Dennis, thanks for that, man.
Yeah, it's a great book.
If you guys have not read Ex-Warrior, Excommunicated Warrior, The 7 Stages of Transition, highly recommend it. It's on my website and on Amazon. But honestly, and this cuts money into my pocket, but I don't really care, so I don't need it. But if you're gonna get the book and you're a listener, I highly recommend the audiobook. But you did 2 chapters, right? You did talk about apprehension.
No, I think I was just one.
You just did one?
Yeah, Josh was right after me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the audiobook is a the reason why the audiobook came out late was I just didn't have the time to do it, which the next book I'll have it set up to where I can do the audiobook myself. But this one I just didn't have time, so I hired a guy. I feel like he killed it. Mm-hmm. He actually did, I think it's the same guy who did American Sniper.
Okay. He did do a phenomenal job.
Job. And but what I did do was I recorded podcasts in between the chapters, kind of like David Goggins, with individuals like yourself discussing the chapter from their point of view. Mm-hmm. And I think that just changed. It added another level to the book. So if you haven't done that, go get the audiobook. It's on Amazon or on my website. You can check it out there.
I have 3 of them.
You have 3 what?
Of those books.
Oh, really?
I have one that you signed on my shelf, and then I have one in my nightstand, and then Rebecca has one in hers.
Okay. What's your favorite? Oh, this is going to be a good one.
Okay.
You're right. I turned 29.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, let me caveat Johnny Slick's fragrances. If you are 30 and over.
Oh, I know the question now.
Yeah. If you are 30 and over, you are going to, I would say, with a 85% margin of error, you are going to prefer Rugged on the regular line and Omega on the Black Label line. Mm-hmm. If you are under 30, you're going to like Original and Alpha on the Black Label line. So, Johnny.
It's super weird, man.
What is your favorite?
It's really weird.
What is your favorite fragrance with?
So I really used to like the sweet ones, like pumpkin. I still do, by no means, but I am like no shit
seasonal.
Wearing. Yeah, I'm no shit wearing like Omega every day now.
Already?
Yeah. I'm early into the game already, man. Like, yeah, it's wild.
It's the stress of running your own business for 5 years.
I looked in the mirror and I'm like, oh man, what happened to my face?
What the fuck happened to my face?
But I'm so awake. I look so tired. No, I've been wearing Omega for like 2 months straight now. Ever since Omega water-based pomade, because that was the hardest one out of the Black Label to make. Yeah. I had so many testers developed of like this one, and they were all different. I just got into the swing of using Omega and then sticking my finger in it, testing it, and then as soon as it came out and it was good and the formula was done, I was like,
so have you officially switched?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't have an Alpha at the house, so I guess that counts.
What about between Original and Rugged?
But see, that's the thing too. So I have a Rugged water-based pomade and I don't have an OG at the house.
Damn.
So it's kind of wild that I'm literally using
switching
OG.
And you are hardcore Original.
Yeah, and Alpha.
And Alpha for years.
And I'll still use, I have nothing against OG for sure. If I go to the mountains, that's just how I associate it. I'll use OG. That's just only OG.
Which is weird because Rugged.
Super weird, right? Yeah. I know. Because when I go there, I'm like, I can't take any photos. Like, OG in the woods doesn't really match. Rugged in the woods matches, but I use OG. But I would totally use Alpha again, but I definitely prefer Omega. And I think Rebecca does too.
You guys are getting to that you're transferring over to that older threshold.
What did she say? They're older. And they're like, dude, they're 30. They're not older. What are you talking about?
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's so mean. You can't
Yeah.
call 30-year-olds old people. But yeah, she smelled my hair like a couple days ago, and she's like, what smell is that? I was like, it's Omega. And she goes, it smells different. And I'm like, I've been wearing it all day, and I sweat. So, and that's what's really cool, because the pheromones mixing with the fragrance. And she said, it smells really sweet.
Careful, that's how you get a little Johnny.
Man, I gotta watch it.
Yeah, let's have little Johnny run around here. So mine's the same thing. So mine's Omega and Rugged, all the way.
Yeah.
And as far as seasonal,
Spring, Armagon, Oasis, Berry Slicks,
Oasis,
Pumpkin, Maple, Berry Slickness, Apple Slicks.
See, I don't know if
And Slick Day Cake.
I like Slick Day
Slick
Cake
Day
on the
Cake's
boy.
pretty banger.
I like Slick Day Cake on the boy.
Yeah.
I would say the only time that I really switch fragrances is in the summer. I go to,
Oasis.
oh no,
Berry.
why am I?
Paradise.
Paradise.
Oh, Paradise.
Holy
yeah.
shit! I
For beach
lost
care.
it.
Yeah,
yeah.
beach care over here too.
So I pretty much switched to a Paradise like shave soap, oil based pomade. Have we done a Paradise water based?
It just came out Black Friday.
A Paradise water based pomade.
Mhm.
I fucking missed that.
And cinnamon roll. Yeah, dude, we launched like 16 products.
Bro,
I was stuck in my house making all these things for months.
I completely
so many things.
missed that one.
Paradise Beast Bar's out too. Vanilla Beast Bar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like sleeping in my kitchen.
I've missed that.
Awesome. I love it.
Anyways, all right, there you go.
Armagon is pretty good too for spring season.
So let's get into this story.
Mhm.
Are we good on the Johnny Sis questions? Is there anybody else? Because I want to talk about something that's going to make every guy kind of cringe.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
He's going to be like, oh. Are we good, Mark?
Me?
I don't see any more Johnny Six.
I'm
All
excited.
right, cool.
I don't cringe though like that.
So when you were 16,
Mhm.
you had what's called a brownout.
Oh yeah,
Can
where my
you-
testicle came out.
Can you explain to everybody what a brownout is?
All right. Well, so
Can you zoom in on the camera?
So yeah, super weird that they call it that too. But I don't know the science or the medical term for it. But when I think it was 15, 16, a skateboarding accident left my sack cut open, and by the time the ambulance people got, I say ambulance people like paramedics don't exist, but when the paramedics showed up, they had me drop my drawers, and they looked, and they literally said, "There's a brownout. He has a brownout," and I was like, I don't understand.
Did you not know initially?
I didn't know what that was. I thought maybe that was like a code for a specific form of testicular impact. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Did you know it was out?
No, I had no idea.
Like, was it hanging?
That's what that means, I guess. It's
But
hanging.
like, how far down did it go?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't see, and I think they didn't want me to see because it's quite long.
Because I heard it can go like down to your sock.
down to your knees. Yeah. Well, I think mine was like down to my knees. Yeah.
You didn't feel it like banging around?
Dude, I didn't feel anything. I don't think there's nerves like on
Did you feel it in your gut?
testicle. Yeah, 100%.
It was like getting
Dude,
kicked in the gut.
To this day, I still feel it in my gut.
Oh.
Yeah. If I press here, I can still feel it. Yeah. Or if I press on my thigh, I can feel it. Yeah. But yeah, they rolled up and they said he's got brownout. The guy put gloves on and he I guess reeled it back up in there and put something on it. So when I got to the hospital, he gave me it was like 8 stitches or 9 stitches. Yeah. I had to pee so bad because the whole thing, it took like hours. And dude, I was like, I have to pee. I have to go. And he's like, there's like only 2 more sutures. Can you wait? And I was like, nope. So he cut the strand and I ran to the bathroom, I hobbled over there. By the time I got back, the numbing kind of wore off. So last 2 sutures, I'm like,
You just went raw.
man.
And how old were you?
I was like 15, I think.
15.
Yeah, it was right before I moved to Pennsylvania, so probably about 15. Yeah.
And you did those last 2 sutures just
Raw.
that burns.
I don't know why, too. And in boot camp, I had the same scenario with my wisdom teeth. They missed the numbing here, and I felt this wisdom tooth come out.
No wonder
It's
you have-
always
no wonder you have so much trauma when it comes to pain.
It's
stuff.
weird, right? I don't know. But yeah, if anybody is ever wondering what it's like to have a testicle outside your body, I don't recommend it.
Is that
It's a
this
little
might be
different.
getting a little too personal? Is that testicle like a little more like?
No, so it's the
Is
same
it more
same size, same
Same
color,
size?
everything's the same. The only thing is, it feels as if it's like way more sensitive. Like sex and everything is still perfectly normal, perfectly fine. But if I get like tapped or if I sit wrong,
So if I like do a ball tap on you,
100%. Like,
that one's gonna hurt more.
It's my right one. So my left one, it feels fine. It'll feel like I just got hit in the balls. But my right one is like no shit. It feels like it just imploded. It's gross. Yeah. So. You know.
So which kind of leads me to this is so we were training.
Mm-hmm.
And you were having some weird symptoms. And this is, I don't know when I asked you. When did you go on TRT?
14.
How old were you?
I don't know. 24?
24, 25.
25.
Yeah. Which I thought was super young, right? I'm like, well, he was in Marine Corps, so that plays a factor. He shotguns a lot because that's going to play a factor.
Yeah.
But still, like, that's pretty young to be having some low T symptoms. So I wanted to get your blood tested before. Sure shit, your testosterone was low.
Like I had half a ball.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't know that story. If you remember, I was like, why is your testosterone so low? And then you were like, well, I had a brownout. And so you guys that are listening, that there's two types of hypergonadism. One, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is, I believe type 1 is the brain, is the pituitary gland, damage to your brain, essentially. And then type 2, or vice versa, I mean, I can look it up. Mark Black can search this while we're talking, is damage to your gonads, essentially. And that's where
the source or the...
Yeah. And anyways, so we come to find out, so people that have, like John Mark, which he never went on, he had actual testicular cancer.
Wow.
And he lost one.
Yeah.
Like, they took one out, and he never looked into it.
Yeah.
And then, into his 40s.
I didn't know either, but I was 25. But like, granted, that's
right.
like no excuse.
Nobody tells you. Yeah. Anyways, but that can have an effect. So either like TBI or concussions or whatever, like any periodic trauma to the brain over a period of time, or damage to the actual gonads can cause you to have lower T symptoms. And that the problem with those two symptoms are, it's not like you're overweight or like lifestyle that's lower. That's a physical thing that's not going to be fixed.
Yeah.
Like it's broken.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to eat a supplement, like a herb
and gain ball back.
And gain ball function or pituitary gland function. Those things are damaged and you get a blood test. Anyways, we got your blood tested. It was back. And it kind of changed everything.
It was like night or day, night and day. Yeah, it was absolutely wild.
Yeah, you got, like, it was like, the biggest thing that I like to tell people, it's not about the physical stuff. It's like what happens to your brain.
Yeah.
Like your motivation to work, your motivation to accomplish things, your motivation to increase your quality of life.
Yeah.
That's what I saw as the biggest thing.
It really was that. Because I was like, why? Like, I no longer want to be just like saggy white boy on the couch. Like, I was pale as shit.
Yeah.
I was like miserable. I was fat. And I was like,
you're playing video games still?
Yeah, I didn't want to do any of that anymore. I was like, this doesn't serve me. Now all of a sudden it was like blinds come off. It was wild.
Like, I'm gonna go work out and go live life and experience and hike and
it was really
and work really fucking hard.
Yeah, it was really like it changed everything. Yeah, getting on that team. It was great.
So anyways,
I feel normal, I guess, if that's the thing. And then like when you feel normal, it's normal to want to pursue. It's not.
Yes, that's what I think what people don't realize is they're so messed up. They think that's normal.
Yeah.
No, bro, that's not normal.
No, it's not.
The normal is for a man to want to go do things and get things and go rescue the damsel in distress and defeat the dragon.
Yeah.
Whatever that is in your modern world now.
Right.
But every man should be rescuing the damsel in distress and fighting the fucking dragon.
Yeah. And like if you don't feel like that, that's not normal.
That's not normal.
That's not normal. But I think it's become normal now. I think that's what people associate with normal. Like I binge watch Netflix. That's normal. It's normal. Everyone does it, right?
Because Sleepy Joe wants you to. Teddy Joe tells you to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No thanks.
That's wild.
We both got giant slick shirts on. So anyways, course running it. If you're with the Agogi, you get special pricing. So put Agogi in the link. But DM me the word core on one of the social media platforms, and I'll send you a link. But they're doing a $179 sign up, and the reason why Sid did that was they're going to shut down. I think the day before Christmas.
And they're not going to be open.
They're not going to be open until like basically the 2nd.
That's right.
Yeah. So everybody's been busting their ass over there. So he wants to get them all off. So basically, we're going to onboard a bunch of people early.
Yeah.
Try to get them all.
That's a super low price too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
For blood work, it's a 27 panel blood work.
That is expensive,
bro. They take like 5 or 6 files when you go down there.
Yeah, it's like 5.5. They do one of those little
ones. Yeah. Anyways, it will be the most in-depth blood test that you've ever had. There's nobody else that's doing those.
That's wild.
So well.
That's awesome.
Anyways,
for that price too.
Yeah.
Here's a question about testosterone.
Hit me.
I had a test scan at the VA. At what level should I go check out testosterone treatment?
A test scan at the VA. I don't know about a scan, but I mean a blood test would be the most ideal. The VA here's the problem with the VA. The VA is essentially not. You could bug them long enough and then get an endocrinologist to see you or somebody at the VA to see you, and they'll eventually issue testosterone. But they're not going to give you HCG. They're not going to look at your estradiol. They're not going to look at anything else. They're just going to look at that, and then what they're going to do is this is how most people are getting dosed. They're getting a dose, which is a low dose, once every 10 days or to 3 weeks.
So you feel great for 3 days, and then
you're feeling worse.
Yeah.
Because they're crashing you. So the reason why that typically it's 100 to 200 grams a week.
Yeah.
Milligrams. Sorry, not grams. Milligrams a week, and then there's a half-life cycle to testosterone. So it kind of spikes in 3 days and it comes back down. So like for me personally, I do half dose.
Yeah.
Mondays and Thursdays, Mondays and Fridays, and that just keeps the curve. Do you half dose now?
Cyclic. Yeah.
You do.
Do what?
Half dose.
Yeah, Monday and Thursday.
Okay.
Yep, I do 0.5.
Yeah. Just seems like I just feel a little bit better.
It also fits in with the vitamin D, the vitamin B12.
Right.
Like
so I do the vitamin D on the first one
on
of the
Monday,
week, and then I do B12, B12 on the second one. Yeah. So, anyways, that's the reason why I honestly am not a big fan of the VA. One, because why leave that up to them? Like, why leave your health up to them? Yeah. Especially if they're not going to take care of you.
Hormone related.
Yeah. Like, why if they're not going to take care of you? Just go do it yourself. It's worth the money. Because the thing is, like, well, I can't afford it. Well, if you do it, if you figure it out, first of all, you can afford it because you're spending money on
Netflix.
Yeah, like
random shit.
Actually,
you're spending money on the shit that's keeping you in the hole.
Yes.
Yeah. If you were to get on it, you would see that you're in a hole.
Yeah.
And you would get rid of all that shit, and then all of a sudden now you're profitable.
Yeah.
And
your life is more profitable, and you can do more things. You're going to make more money. It's going to be a positive snowball effect.
Yeah. But it needs to start with something.
Yeah. You got to take ownership of your health.
Yeah. And hormones is like
they're like these guys that are like, well, I'm just waiting for the VA to say yes.
So I don't understand that. When someone says that to me, I don't understand.
Like, bro, listen, take control of your life. Stop waiting for everyone else to like.
Dude, that's like United Healthcare, man. Like you're waiting on a universal free healthcare. You think that they wake up and they're like, I gotta go take care of that guy today.
Yeah.
Like, do not put your life in those people's hands. They won't even know if you passed, bro.
Right.
If you died, they'll be like, hey, we're calling to check in with Joe Smith, and they're like, oh, he died 6 months ago. Like, oh, sorry. Bye. Hang up. Like, they don't care about you.
Nope. No. Anyways, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, go to Cord is that answer.
Yeah, go to somebody who's going to care about you.
Have you ever looked into pellets instead of injections?
Oh, this is such a great question. Pellets instead of injections. So, pellets, highly recommend not doing it for several reasons. One, you don't know how you're going to metabolize that testosterone. Because they put these pellets in there, like, well, it should last 6 months, but you have no idea how your body's going to react to that, where it's going to go, how it's going to get absorbed, how fast it's going to get absorbed. So you might absorb it all at once, and like your testosterone gets to like a 2,500. You're a fucking rage maniac.
Yeah, you're just
over the top, and then you're just crashing, or it might not absorb at all, and you're like, it didn't really do anything. So those are one option. It's inconsistency. Okay. Two, it's a pellet, bro. Like a hormone is a liquid that's created at a pharmacy, and now you're putting it into a pill and sticking it into your ass. So the second thing is the incision. So they make a no kidding incision. I thought it was like a gun, like Total Recall or something. Like
Yeah.
it was like, and it just injects into you. No, bro, they cut you open every 3 to 6 months, put a pellet in there and suture you up. So that's another issue. And then you can't swim, you can't train for a certain amount of time. I think it's like a week. It's not horrible, but still, it's a fucking week.
Yeah.
But people have actually died from infection and all kinds of issues with those incisions.
I believe it. That's wild.
So those are two big reasons why not to do it. Not to mention, those pellets are a part of Big Pharma. And anytime you see an endocrinologist or a regular doctor that are into Big Pharma, there's this thing called drug reps. And I'm sure that I have fans that are drug reps making tons of money. So, hey, I'm not hating on you. You got to make your money how you make your money. But these doctors that are pushing gel and pushing pellets on are getting kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies and the drug reps that are coming to their office selling them the shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
So that's the reason why they push those.
And I honestly, injections, like, I'm not a fan of them. I don't like them, but I fucking like what it does.
Yeah, you get over it.
You get over it.
Yeah.
And there's so many places you can poke.
Can you inject yourself now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's become
used to
routine.
it.
And, like, I'm, like, honestly, like, when I do my glute, I still get, like, but, like, bro, it's, like, this big of a needle. Like, you know what I mean?
I like doing it in my upper thigh when I sit down.
Yeah.
I can sit and I just go.
Yeah. And then when it's, like, thick and cold and you didn't heat it up all the way, you can take your time.
There's a hack. A hack. Heat up your injection, your syringe.
Yeah.
So that because it's an oil-based thing, so you heat it up.
It's so,
and it just goes in like butter
Life-changing.
instead of that like cold.
Especially with the D in there.
Yeah.
Vitamin D, it's like this big.
Super
You just do this for like 15, 20 seconds. And it's like
slides in like butter.
Better,
And then it absorbs. There's a little hack for you.
Yeah.
Anyways, that dude, there's no fucking way. That's what I don't get people understand. They're like, well, I can't afford it. I'm like, dude, if you get on it, you'll be able to afford it. Like that story I don't know what podcast it's on, Mark, but the one that Sydney did when he was talking about the Porsche dealership down in Boca or somewhere down in Florida.
I'm not sure.
One of the Sydney Gordon things, but he basically talked about how he went in talked to the owner of this Porsche dealership that did, like, you can only imagine,
of course,
the money that they're making in there. He goes, hey, I want to put your top 10 salesmen on, and they're all like, I think he said they're like 45 to 55 was the age bracket for their salesmen. And he's like, they're all a little overweight, the typical like gut, and and he goes, I want to put all of your top 10 salesmen on testosterone, and if you don't increase your sales or margins by X, then it's free, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you do, you have to pay me, and we put your whole staff on hormones. He said they like broke like records.
That's awesome.
Like within 10 weeks, he broke records, and then they signed them all up.
Yeah.
But my point being is, like, I don't think that you and I legitimately would have been able to, like you were talking about earlier, like just being in a fog, not wanting to work, not wanting to grind. That's kind of what I noticed, because when we were first starting, I was like, this ain't normal, bro. Like, you gotta fucking.
Yeah, it was sluggish.
It's like, it's time to get it, Holmes.
Yeah.
And that's what it does.
I could do that once a week. Before I was like, all right, today's time to get it.
I'm gonna grind.
Yeah, today. I feel like today
on Tuesday.
And it was
Tuesday's
based
the grind day.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm out.
Now I come up with new day. Like, today's Thrasher Thursday, and if I wasn't like had nothing in my system right now, I would totally like. This is where I do 25 push-ups, 25 squats, 25 crunches every hour, and then I go to the gym afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's like Thrasher Thursdays, Freak Out Friday. It's like every day is gotta get it.
Gotta get it.
Yeah.
And it just feels good.
It's like, it feels like if I don't do it, I don't feel bad for myself, but I feel like I'm missing something.
Like you left life on the table.
Yeah, like if I didn't do my push-ups yesterday, today I'm like behind.
Yeah.
But I can't do them all in one day. I left something behind.
Somebody said celery juice. Okay.
Celery juice?
Yeah, that was the comment. Celery juice.
Water.
Anyways.
And before test, I liked pickles. Now I love pickles. Don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I will die for pickles.
Yeah, I've been on TOT for over 3 years today. I can't afford not to. Marriage business.
Right.
Yeah, all over. 10 times better.
That's the thing. You can't not afford it, bro.
That's like the guy that tells me he's almost 400 pounds and he wants to do coaching. I can't afford it. I'm like, bro, you can't not afford it.
You will die.
You're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Like,
You have
I hate to break it to you. This is how men die in this country.
This is why we're
Heart
talking.
disease and obesity. Yeah,
100%.
like go talk to your wife and kids and tell me.
Bro, and that's the thing too, man. I don't want to get on the topic, but like obesity has become the norm. It's like they're like raising the standard of what lower or like the body fat, like naturally.
Like your BMI.
They say my age is like 30%, bro. It's like high. That's considered obese. No. I'm like, what? That's wild to me. And it's all changed. It changed mannequins. They're changing. And I noticed too. Remember we talked about clothing? How our grandfathers used to like. They were like people that made this country. You know?
Yeah, you have a whole theory.
I have a whole theory.
Yeah.
It's based on our clothing. Because if you wear a collar like dress blues, you're not going to be slouching, and you're not going to be like sluggish and slow, and you're going to carry yourself better.
Have a different posture.
Nowadays, if you notice, clothing comes in like one size fits all type shit, and they're not fitted, they're not tailored.
No, it's all for comfort.
Squares. Yeah, it's all like soft, comfortable, and it fits you, and it hides your fat rolls. You know what I mean? It's like that's not fucking normal, man. I want clothes that fit to my body, to my shape, to the natural human anatomy, not just like giant plush sweatpants and nice flip-flops and stuff. And then you go to the store and you see like these men and women who are overweight, of course, terrible skin, terrible hair, because it all stacks. You know, you start to let go of those things, and they're like walking around like dragging their feet, and that's one of my pet peeves. I always say when people drag their feet, I'm like, oh, you got some heavy shoes, huh? They're too heavy for you, you know. But you see them wearing these.
Shit
like
drives me crazy too. Kids, I'm like, pick
maybe
it's the Marine in me. I don't know if it's the man in me.
I gained that from the Marine Corps in boot camp.
Really?
I used to say
maybe it is. It's hard for me to tell at this point, but like,
carry yourself better.
I'm like, pick your fucking feet up.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts, man.
But yeah, you go to the store and you see them like hunched over, lounging. Yeah.
Like shuffling around. I'm like, can't do it.
Stop.
I was yelling at my nephews were in town when they were in town.
Yeah.
And I took them I went and got them haircuts, and then we took them to Lowe's, and we had to get, I don't remember what we were getting. We were getting something. And one of them was shuffling his feet, and then he thought he was going to be a smart ass about it. And I like got real serious about it. And there was another man, like probably my age, and he started smirking. He just kind of like went, like, walked past me smirking because I was getting onto him. Like, I'm like, are you really that tired that you don't have the energy in your life to pick your feet up?
That's wild.
And he thought it was funny at first, and then he saw me get serious. He's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to pick my feet up.
Yeah. Dude, it's just imagine the amount of energy you're choosing not to use to just pick your feet up. So like that's like normal.
It's the same thing. It's a confidence thing.
Which is like there's no better time to fix your shit because now you're abnormal if you're.
So on that, with testosterone, with like, being healthy, working out, not being obese, it's, dude, this day and age right now.
Yeah.
What's today? The 15th?
15th.
The 15th of December, 2022.
Yeah.
It is no easier time to shine in life.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like if you do live,
you don't even have to be badass, bro. You just have to be 10% better than you are right now.
If you don't go to the gym at all, just go to the gym once a week.
You're better than like the 90% of the people in the populace.
And what's crazy too is that one day a week will turn into 2.
Yeah, work an extra 15 minutes a day.
Yeah,
you're better now. You're like one of the top employees at your job.
Go 10% over your sales goal.
Yeah,
do anything just a little bit more, and all of a sudden you're like
the minor amount of effort you do in your life,
and you'll lose a lot of friends too. But those friends you didn't need.
No, you didn't need that. It's true. You will lose friends. Growth equals losing friends,
and they'll think that you're trying to make them look bad, and it's about them, and they'll just leave.
That's just screaming insecurity.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like me doing good is not, and you feeling bad about me doing good is not my problem.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
You can leave if you want.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's the whole thing.
Don't be a fuck, people.
No, don't. Just like you say, go to the gym.
Go to the fucking gym.
Yeah, and I was talking to Rebecca about it the other day because I had this I had like this breakdown in my mind because I couldn't figure out why I was like being like I don't want to say abusive, but I was toxic to Rebecca like a couple of weeks ago. I corrected her in here. I told you about it. And I jumped on the bike and I like asked myself, why am I doing that? She was saying something and it made me mad. So I was like, hey, don't do that when you're here.
First of all, she runs everything.
Right. So like when I did that, I was like way out of line. Doesn't matter who I am. Like you don't talk to somebody like that, right? Especially someone you supposedly care for, right?
Yeah.
So I said, and I like corrected her, and it's not how you're supposed to do things. You're supposed
do you remember what the subject was?
No, I think it was like they were talking. I think some of the employees were talking about previous employees, and then of course, like you talk about how they knuckleheads or whatever. And I don't ever participate in those things because I always want every single employee, whether they left unnoticed or they just decided to leave and like screw us over. I don't care. Like, they're still human
That
beings.
doesn't really happen much.
Right, exactly. But I don't even care. Like, I hope they're doing well. I hope they're pursuing whatever they want. Like, it doesn't matter. But employees with other employees don't really feel that way, you know? So, like, when they start, like, going back and forth talking about this previous employee's flaws.
Yeah,
like,
it's just low frequency communication.
I'm like, I'm out, or
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it and correct all of you right here for doing that. But in this aspect, it was Black Friday, so they were kicking it. I didn't want to, like, ruin the vibe in there. But I noticed Rebecca kind of, like, didn't leave the conversation. So I was like, hey, bitch, why don't we go talk over here real quick? Obviously, I didn't use that word, but I took her into her office and I corrected her, which is not what you're supposed to do with anybody as a subordinate or your spouse or friend, right? You're supposed to, like, inspire them to adjust, not correct. Like, you never correct like that. You should be communicate, but you do it through, like, inspiration. Like, hey, I want you to do better, not like, don't do that. You know what I mean?
No, because then you're just creating a beaten dog syndrome.
Right, especially with her. She's a stubbornness. But anyway, so I did that, and she even said to me, I feel like you're talking to me like a child. And my ego was so inflamed. I was like, no, this is the Johnny Slicks building. Those are Johnny Slicks employees. You don't talk that way about, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I left. And honestly, dude, that put me in such a dark spot, and I couldn't figure out why. And it wasn't even a matter of like, oh, I hurt Rebecca's feelings, blah, 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 blah. It was more of like
low frequency leadership.
Yeah, dude. And I felt so bad. So I was like, I need to figure out my shit right now, because it really is a moment. Like, everybody's like, oh, I've had this job for 20 years. I haven't worked out for 10 years, whatever. And it's like, your past self made all those decisions. What are you right now going to do for your future self?
You're good shit.
Just stop. If you don't like that you're wearing, like, I don't like this shirt right now. I could choose to take it off or not. And I'm choosing to keep it on for some reason, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm tired of feeling this way. I don't want to carry myself like this anymore. Rebecca will text me if I want coffee or something like that, and I don't even answer her because I'm pissed. I'm like, that's not who I want my future self to be. I have a vision of who I want my future self to be, like this yoked dude who's running a business, Is this action leading me to that?
Leading me to that, yeah.
Fuck no. Dude, it's leading me far away from my wife, far away from the business, and, like, self-ego. I'm just, like, sitting there. So I'm like, how can I talk to myself without tripping on acid, right? I need to go and work out. That's, like, literally the only way. And you hear people, like, they were suicidal, they were depressed, and then they work out, and it's like shit gets figured out, right? So I'm sitting on the bike, and I'm, like, pedaling my ass off. And I'm like, oh, you want to be a dick to the people you love? Like, you're going to feel pain right now. And me, I always punish my inner bitch with pain in the gym. Mm-hmm. So, like, you acted up.
It usually does the trick.
It's time to feel some pain.
Yeah.
There's consequences, right? And we feel like externally, like, oh, that guy messed up. There should be consequences for him. But for some reason, we don't look in the mirror and do it. So I sat on the bike, and I was just pedaling my ass off. Sits this all the way up, dripping sweat, hood up. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why are you treating her like this? What is going on? And I kept giving every bullshit excuse. Oh, it's Black Friday. You're stressed out. You don't feel well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nah, man, that would not lead you to talk that way to somebody. What else is there? Give me another one. I just kept going. I'm not joking. It was so surreal. I said, why? Why are you doing this? And it was dead silent. I couldn't come up with anything. No excuses. It was gone in my head. Nothing. Just dead silence. And so I started screaming, like, physically yelling in my garage on my bike, like, why? Why are you doing this? And eventually I said ego. And I was like, oh, good, motherfucker, cool. So I jumped off the bike. I grabbed the book, Ego is an Enemy.
Yeah.
And I was like, now you're going to read, because you haven't read in a couple days, because you know it's not fun, right? So now you're going to read, and you're going to bike. And I was sitting there, and I was reading, and then my mind started wandering. I'm reading, but I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bitch, you want to keep doing that shit? So I was like, we're going to read out loud real now. So I'm literally sitting on the bike, pedaling my ass off, reading this book out loud, forcing myself to align. And I'm not joking, man. I sat there for an hour, and every single thing that was like murky, black, dark, toxic, low frequency, like realigned. Like all of that shit just kind of like subsided, and I just like realigned to everything. And I was like, I drove back here. I apologized to Rebecca. I told her everything that happened. I wrote down 13 pages in a book of the whole experience of like, don't do this shit, so that way I can go back and look at it next time I'm feeling that way. But like training, fitness was like the one thing, the clarity that caused that. Without that bike, without me like wanting to change and like getting down, because fitness is really just one-on-one. It's you on you. Like when you're sitting there and you're like, I got 5 more reps, but I feel like I can't do it anymore.
So at the end of the day,
it's you.
Even with a competition, it's you.
It's you all forever. It's you in your own mind. So it's like there's nothing that will put you more into that state than fitness. So it's like if you're lost, It's so simple. Just literally drop down and start doing push-ups. Get all the distractions away. Put your headphones in. Listen to whatever music gets you angry. Whatever needs to happen. But like, dude, ever since then, whenever I feel any type
What
of,
did she say on the back end?
she forgave me. She was like already like she was
Already
fine.
over
Yeah, she was over it. But she was like, she was cool because it was a lot of couples go months or weeks, days like that.
That's
you know,
horrible.
it's
What a
so
waste
bad.
of fucking time.
You can die on the way to work.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like-
I was talking to Justin about that.
Yeah,
And he was like, because we had the men's retreat. And
Yeah.
He's done a lot of personal growth stuff, working with us for the past years.
Yeah.
But he was like, the biggest thing is like time collapsing the rebound.
Mhm.
Like doing something stupid or saying something stupid, and then allowing that to go for, like you said, a week or longer.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't have time for that.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, time collapsing your fuck ups into where you don't have the ego, you don't have the pride. You can make that phone call, you can send that text and go, hey,
I fucked up.
that was stupid.
Yeah.
Can we just, I'm sorry, can we just go
And
back?
that's the moment of realization of I don't want to. This does not lead me to where I want to be.
Right.
I don't want to be the guy that told his wife, "You look fat in those pants." I don't want to be that guy because then who does that guy become in 10 years?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to keep walking that path. So let me readjust to the path I need,
Yeah.
or like follow my North Star type thing. You know,
Yeah, because if you continue down that path, what's going to happen?
well, she ain't gonna be there no more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
So
Like-
all your hope you want, is just not going to be there.
Yeah. And I think too, a lot of people, and you say it all the time, a lot of people don't know what they want for their future self. Like they don't actually have a vision, like a vision board of what they want them to look like, how they want to speak. Like if I want to speak more intelligently, by me not reading, I'm not going to get there.
Right.
I'm not just going to wake up one day and be like, I'm a philosophical person. Like you need to be able to like understand and have a clear vision of who you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, whatever, and then make every action. I want to lose weight. There's a cookie in front of me. That's not going to lead me to lose weight. So you easily make those decisions. But honestly, it all started with obviously
I think
hormones
I don't
and
know who it
fitness.
was. I think it was the coach of Alabama. I don't know, somebody said it. He's like, if you want to be great at something, if you want to be the best, it's actually very simple because you don't have as many choices.
Yeah, that's true.
It was,
Yeah.
and then the same thing with the Olympic. I think it was a British rowing team that Kirk was telling us this story.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
He goes, they were not doing great, and they did all they did was they said they got together and they said, and I'm like, I'm completely
Like paraphrasing it.
paraphrasing
Yeah.
this completely. I'm probably bastardizing the story completely, but that's okay. You
The
get
principle
point.
is still
the
there.
principle.
Yeah.
Of the point. They basically collectively, and the coach came down to said, does this decision get us closer to winning gold at the Olympics? Everything.
Yeah.
So every decision the team made in training, off training, in their lives
Yeah.
collectively was, does this get me closer to getting a gold medal at the Olympics? And all of a sudden it was like their options for their life were very
Cut and dry, black and
cut
white.
and dry, black and white.
Yeah.
It was like, does going out of this party and having a beer getting me closer to a gold medal? No, not going.
Easy. You have a problem with it?
Yeah.
Not my problem.
Eating this food, doing this thing, going on this, being
Yeah.
here, whatever it is,
Treating this
watching
person like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it is, having this, getting an altercation with a teammate.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Every decision became increasingly clear, and eventually they went to the
They
went to the Olympics, and I think they got the gold medal.
I remember
for that year.
after, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's so simple. But I
So
remember
simple.
after Kirk told us that story, I was reading some Buddhist book, and they were talking about how they perceive time is very different than how we perceive it in our
Right.
culture. We perceive it as like linear, but they perceive it as like sand on a beach. So like right now you're a sand grain, and you can go in like a million different directions, different sand grains, and you go to one, you hop and you hop and hop and hop and hop. So it's kind of unique to think about it like each moment is a different sand grain, and you can choose a direction you're going in. It's not linear. It's not linear. You can make choices. You can go off this side
Choose your
route.
own adventure.
Right. It
Yeah.
really is. And it's like every single moment matters. A lot of people are like, oh, it's not the graduation. Like it's not this big celebration day, but like you waving to a stranger down the road, that's a moment. And like you saying hi to that person, is that who you want to be? Then you do it. It's like little moments. There are no little moments. There's only moments. And I think it's cool that if you have your priorities, you know what sand grain to jump to. If you know I want to be this ripped dude, or I want to be the awesome family man that I wasn't raised with.
Right. If you want to
like,
lose weight, that's your goal,
Yeah.
your choices got really limited.
No beer,
Yeah.
no partying,
Not
like,
drinking, you're eating macros, you're
Yeah.
probably hiring a coach. And
it's going to be hard. That's the thing too. It's
Sure.
like, yeah, that's the point.
Sure. You should do hard things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's cool that once and it's so like people who don't think that way. I don't remember what it's like to not think that way. That's how far I'm into that. Like if you have a goal, if I want to quit drinking soda, and then all of a sudden at a restaurant she says, "Do you guys want a Coke Zero?" Like that is a golden opportunity that the universe presented to me to say, yes, I'm serious about my goal, or no, I'm not serious about my goal. And like that is the moment. It's not a big moment. It's not a little moment. There's no such thing. It's just a moment. So it's up to me to say, yes, I would like that Coke, and fall off of my desired priority, or I'll skip the Coke and get water, which is now a step closer to my goal. Yeah. It's so clear, cut and dry. I love it. I'm gonna steal one of your sodas.
do it.
This is the first non-Gatorade water I've drinking. This is pretty much the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, this is pretty much the same thing.
You know what? So I want to do a hard pivot.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
That's something I wanted to talk about. And this is like really hard because we're going from like growth and like all the good stuff.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah.
Next year, I think we talked about this privately. We never talked about it publicly. I think next year we should get some Delta 8s.
Oh, and do this?
And do I don't know about live, because that could go bad.
Yeah.
But for the 420 podcast, go get some Delta 8s.
Okay.
And then preload.
Yeah.
Like a little bit. And
Yeah.
then just do a podcast.
Let's do it.
4 of us.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Who would be good to have on that podcast?
Anybody?
Any just like people in our circle.
Oh, I don't know.
We can't drive, so you have to get driven home.
Yeah. I don't know. We got time. I don't know.
Would Tom be weird, or would he just sit in the corner and be like creepy?
Tom would probably sit in the corner
and be creepy.
I don't know though, because I've never been. I don't know. Maybe he would be open up.
Tyler would probably be pretty good.
Tyler would be fun. Yeah.
I think Tyler would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that would be a funny.
It would be really funny.
It'd be fun. I don't know.
At that point, we might as well just get another Marine then, and have 4 Marines do it, right? Which I guess would be Tom.
Carlos.
Nobody's
even really seen Carlos.
No.
Yeah. So you want to do another former Marine.
Brandon.
I don't see Brandon.
You have a lot of Marines.
I don't see Brandon. Like,
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either.
Brandon
I don't know.
Getting weird and sitting in the corner.
Oh, that's such a good idea though.
But I want to do that. That would be some interesting conversation.
So wait, are you looking to do like can I get herb and like smoke out of a bong, or should we just do edibles?
I don't want to do anything that
like could be perceived as
That's why I'm
as
like
weed.
Thinking
I got you.
like
okay.
Edible Delta 8s.
Gotcha.
At least you can smoke Delta 8s.
That's what I'm saying. Is like it's herb. Like
Yeah.
You can get like a CBD herb, right?
Yeah.
I just maybe put this is CBD on the bong. I feel like people would then be like, "That's not CBD."
Yeah, that's your full shit.
It's like not drugs.
They're smoking. Not drugs.
Yeah. It's like,
No, they're smoking weed.
Yeah.
Which is not legal in North Carolina.
No, so we'll preload and then we'll do it as an intro.
Yeah.
Like we're taking these, but we already lit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be interesting.
I don't know. I have time to work on my tolerance, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, tolerance. You need to bring it down.
It's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Since I didn't really realize that was in focus.
It is.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people what we're finally? Oh, you got your own.
I'm very prepared.
John carries it around with him.
I carry this everywhere with me because it's exciting. Yeah, we're building this warehouse.
5 years out, man.
You're building 2.
Yeah.
I get to build 1.
No, 5 years out. 5 years in the making.
5 years in the making. We definitely needed this. It's just under 8,000 square feet. The lab will be in there, so we'll still continue American manufacturing right there for all the grooming products, and
you guys can visit.
Yep, and we'll all have offices. Your podcast room will be in there. Everything will be in here. Fulfillment will also be in here, so we can also continue doing self-fulfillment rather than third-party fulfillment. And that's like soon.
Yeah,
like real soon.
Next summer.
We've been working out of the lab originally back in 2018. I'm so messed up. Back in 2018 was a 8x9 room, so it was just under 100 square feet. And then we moved
We did
to
6 figures out of that room.
We did, yeah. And then we moved to
For those of you that don't like they're like, oh, I need all this following. Let me just break it down for you. Johnny Slicks at the time had, I think, less than 4,000 followers on Instagram.
it was. It was.
I don't even know. I don't know if Facebook was.
When we met, it was 3,200 or something like that. Yeah.
So like right at 4,000.
Right at 4,000.
And we broke into six figures that first year.
Yep. Yeah.
So like, and with how many square feet?
Yeah, it was just under 100 square feet. And this is like, we weren't drop shipping. Like this was no shit, like manufacturing and fulfillment.
The way we do it now.
The exact
Nothing's
same way.
Really changed.
Nothing. Just
on a larger
just
scale.
a square space. That's it. But like we went from 100 square foot to 2. So we had 200 square feet in 2 different offices right across the hall from each other. You still operated out of the front. And then, I took the front from you. And then the whole building. Yeah. So now we're operating out of 1,250.
Slowly, I had a room in the back.
I remember you hated it. You were like, "No, you're not getting my office. You're not getting my office."
And then I was like, "You got to take my office.
It's making more money. We need to. You need my office.
Move. I got to be able to scale." So I moved out on the floor, and then it was just like, "Okay, this is too much."
Yeah.
And then we completely did it, and then we ended up getting another space down the road,
down by Harris Teeter. That was actually bigger. Fulfillment's always had more room than the lab.
Yeah,
but the lab's been able to operate. So the lab right now is operating at 1,250 square feet, and the cooking alone,
$3 million.
Yeah, at 1,250. But here's the thing: the actual cooking of the products is only done in 600 square feet. The rest is based on storage and refrigerators.
And what's the lab?
The lab here is going to be, I don't know, did we get it on there?
2,500, something like that.
Yeah, it's like 2,500 or 2,600 square feet. So the fact that we're making all these products in 600 square feet, moving to 2,600 square feet, it's going to be pretty nice.
Yeah.
A lot of room. Yeah.
The warehouse is going to be bigger, lots more offices. But the issue right now we have is we basically, technically, we're paying for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations. Yeah.
And all the miscommunication between those 5 locations. Unfortunately, if you're right across the hall from somebody in a different building, it's like words get lost somewhere.
We're paying for 5 different locations, and this is going to bring everything together. So jiu-jitsu, the gym, we'll basically have our entire own compound. We'll have a 2.5 acre compound for ourselves in 2 buildings.
It's gonna be rad.
I cannot.
It's gonna be really cool.
It's like little boy's dream coming true, man.
And I bought that giant neon sign back in the day. I can finally use that for something.
Where are we gonna put that?
I don't know, but it's 7 foot by 4 foot. I'm gonna put it somewhere, right? It's got to go somewhere.
That's awesome.
It's like blinding how bright it is.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, really excited.
What else do we got?
Any more questions?
No.
Nice.
Okay.
Knocking them all out.
Yeah. Let's go eat lunch. All in on 420 podcast. Guys, drop your questions before we bail. We'll bail on the podcast. If you're watching this late, go use I don't know, use Raider. I think there's a podcast discount code, but I don't remember what it is.
Oh, I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't ever say it.
Is it just AFP?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't make it.
Maybe we made one back in the day. It was Harborsite. Use Raider. Raider works.
Yeah, use that.
But if you're watching today live, tomorrow is going to be birthday, and it's going to be 29% off the entire store.
So on December 15th, use code Raider. December 16th, use code birthday and get 29% off.
Yeah, clear us out of our inventory for the year.
And if you spend, this is something too, I don't want to go too much down the rabbit hole, but people think shipping is like a scam, I guess. I don't know. I think they think that if you're a business, you get free shipping. I don't know why, but people complain about shipping. Shipping goes to the shipping carriers. So if you pay for 2-day shipping, it's 2 days on their side. They get the money. So we will pay for your shipping if you spend a certain amount. So if you spend $80 right now, we will pay the USPS on your behalf. That is not like some wordplay. That is literally how it works.
That shit is not cheap.
If you opened your own business and you went to go ship things at the USPS, you would pay the USPS. It's not free. So
and
when you pay $9.99,
the cutoff is basically Friday or Saturday. Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, I think Saturday morning. I think if it's Saturday afternoon, it's not guaranteed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So choose your adventure wisely, guys.
Yeah. And get Omega water-based pomade.
Tony Cano said he's all in on a 420 podcast.
Let's do it. I'm stoked. I mean, I'd do that right now if you want me to.
Like, we don't have to.
420.
It's a long way away.
It's just a day for me. I cannot wait to try his seasonings though. The drubs and everything.
I cannot believe I haven't bought you any.
I don't know, man.
Go buy.
I'm a steak hound too.
GC seasonings.
I've been doing that every weekend.
All right. Yep. And then Core, you guys know Core's I'm a managing partner at Core Medical Group. So go get on that. That would change your life. If you need it. At the minimum, men, women, go get a blood test. If you're over 30, just go get the freaking blood test and then go from there.
But the thing is, when you get the blood test, that shit's gonna like, okay, so I explained this to Sarah the other day, because she was scared to step on the InBody. And I was like, you're lost, right? If you don't know where your fitness is at and your health is at, you're lost in the woods, right? Getting on a scale and reaching out to Core and getting your blood work is getting a map. Like, you're no shit getting a map to your health. And the thing with Core is they're not only like they give you the map, but they read it for you and help you get to where you want to go.
There's a lot of shit in that blood test that people don't check.
Right. And like the thing is too, like you'll have testosterone, free testosterone.
And they go by
like
your FH,
everything.
FSH, your SPHG, everything. They get into every single thing.
They're like, hey, are you prone to this because your blood's this? And it's like, oh, I didn't know that, you know? And it's like getting
Doctors
a map.
don't do that shit.
Not at all.
No.
Well, there's no, like, what money is it, right? Like,
no, there's like, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a pill for that.
Yeah, here you go. Oh, that pill gives these side effects. Here's this pill for that. Pill. Like, it's just
next thing you know, you have a county.
And now you're on a steroid to counter this thing and that thing. So it's like going with them is like getting a map to your life back. It's awesome.
Oh, also, if you want to do that, the 30-day challenge is coming up, so you can jump on the 30-day challenge.
Rebecca's doing it. Yeah, she's doing it in January and March. Why? For Hawaii. She wants to be ripped.
Why don't you just get on coaching instead?
I don't know.
She likes those. Girls like those 30-day challenges, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate it. What is with this hell on earth, man?
That's all. That's a Jerry Frito thing, man.
I mean, I don't hate it. I love it. But like, oh man, that's a great title.
Bad, the first one, remember?
No. The first and second one are awesome.
That's not so bad.
But when you're doing 150 Hindu push-ups,
and then all of a sudden in week 3, you're like, what the fuck?
Like, I was not prepared for this. Like,
I was not emotionally or mentally prepared whatsoever.
That's a great name for it. Hell on Earth. That's a great name.
It's sneaky too, because like the first one, you're like, that's not hell on Earth.
Yeah, not at all.
Bad.
15 of these, 20 of these? I don't know the actual reps, so it's lower.
It's a lot lower the first, and then it drastically gets really,
you just
really
add
bad.
A zero to it. Like, he just puts zeros on the end of it. You were doing 15, now you're doing 150. Like, oh Jesus. God. But man, it does work. Enough so that we're doing it like the team.
The last guy lost 26 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a pound a day.
Yeah. Like so for the year, it was like something like 700. I don't even think November's number. I don't know if November's numbers were counted in there, but last was 700 pounds for the year, and something like, I don't remember. Mark, you go to the challenge page.
700 pounds for the year.
Facebook?
Yeah. No. On the Agogi website, theagogi.com, and it should say challenge right there. Just click challenge.
That's rad.
But I think it's 700 pounds, and I don't remember the inches, like the circumference of a human body.
Yeah. Something long. So everyone had to get new pants,
bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're hardcore in the new clothes, getting new clothes for people.
Yeah, that's so wild.
Dropping belt sizes like crazy.
Yeah.
You were we met. How much? What was your heaviest?
My max was like 230.
And how tall are you?
5'10".
230.
230.
And what are you right now?
165.
Lean, son. There ain't no fat on this body.
I got.
No
I just
waste.
scanned. I fell off for a little bit. I'm getting back on, but I haven't been feeling the best. My last scan was 6.7%, and then this one I just did was 7.5. And I consider 7.5. I fell off. So I'm gonna drop it, but
I'm gonna get down to that 6%.
This sickness, man, I gotta get more protein. Like, I'm about to just do a full protein thing.
Just go protein diet.
Just everything.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what you should do.
Just get all that muscle.
I'm always yelling about Johnny, eat more protein.
Yeah,
eat your protein.
Yeah, it's easy too. People don't know it.
It's easy. Yeah. What does it say?
I'm not seeing it.
Gogi.com challenge. I can look it up.
Go to the fucking gym.
17. I was way off.
What?
So last year,
I was going to say 700 is low.
1,700 pounds. 900 inches.
900 inches.
900.
So what's 900 inches? To find out how many feet that is for people. No one knows what 900.
Divided by 12. 75 feet.
75 feet, bro.
Let's just divide that by 6. That's 12 and a half people.
Bro.
At 6 foot.
Holy shit.
So 30-day challenge, $99. Get in there. You get to listen to me yell at you every
Dude,
Friday
75 feet
for a month. Yeah, 75 feet.
Think about that,
1,700
like
pounds.
for like one person losing 1 inch.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, that's a
you
lot
went
of
from
pants.
You went from a 36 to a 35 or 34. Put 2 per.
Yeah.
36,
Wow.
34 in a month.
1,700 pounds.
Yeah. So that's what we did in the year. So we break that up into 6.
So what you're saying is it is possible for the normal person to hop on this challenge and be able to change their life.
It's fucking normal.
Isn't that wild?
It's like people just mentally hold themselves back.
Yeah, it's just realigning, right?
So get in there, be the on-ramp, but and I'll yell at you. But yeah, we'll do a diet, we'll do your macros, we diet your training. It's all convenient in an app, and you do live feeds where you get to listen to me yell at you. Everybody else is super nice. I'm just not super
I know
nice
you told
in
me
the
you're like your
challenge.
dad wouldn't want me as a coach. I yell at him.
No, I 100%.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will, because what they do is they complained about their coffee. They're like, well, I can't have coffee without coffee creamer. I
Oh
can't
yeah, like
give up
the hyper focus on one thing.
Yeah, man. And they're like, oh, this one little thing doesn't work, so my whole day's ruined. I'm like, motherfucker, and so I just don't entertain it. I don't entertain it because this is the reason why all your excuses and all the bullshit that you tell yourself is the reason why you're in the challenge.
Right.
So don't bring that shit into the challenge. Like, you're here to get rid of those things.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to listen to them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to entertain them.
So it's like a door.
Yeah.
Like you walked in.
That shit stayed outside. Well, I can't not have a glass of wine on Friday nights. Well, that shit is what you're just holding you back. And the reason why that one thing is the reason why you have a life the way you have. And the reason why you signed up for the challenge in the first place.
Yeah.
You can't do 30 fucking days without fucking coffee creamer and sugar in your coffee.
Right.
You little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it. Or your fucking wine nights.
But it's true.
Like,
100% true.
30 fucking days, dude. You can't do it for 30 days.
Dude.
Like,
it only takes 2 weeks to get out of your system.
Dig down deep, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking reach down, grab your fucking sack, and like women too.
What's your why?
Yeah. And figure out what your shit is and do it, man.
That's wild.
See?
And like think about that holding it back.
This is what you're gonna get if you sign up. This is the kind of abuse that you're gonna have to endure for 30 days.
But it's true though. That is
Somebody
true.
said that because I told him, I said, listen, I'm not gonna wake you up. I'm not gonna do all these different things. Like, I'm not coming to your house and like say, wake up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And somebody said, can we get that as a recording? And I make that as an alarm.
100%. That's a great idea.
Just me going,
yeah.
It's 5 a.m. Wake up, motherfucker. You lazy piece of shit. Get out of bed.
Dude.
They're like, yeah, I need that as an alarm.
It's crazy too, because our beds are so comfortable.
Yeah, man.
In other cultures, they make them uncomfortable for a reason.
So you don't want to
those
be
are the
there.
countries running the world.
Yeah, right.
They have a lot going for them.
I talk a lot about that too, my soft life and why I do hard things and whatnot. Anyways, it's a good 30-day challenge. I don't like it because there's a large portion of people that do it. They have great results and they turn around and go right back to their old way of life, and that's why I don't like 30-day challenge. But for the select few that use it as an on ramp to like completely change their life, like the Kanos, the John Marks, you know what I mean.
They're called winners.
Yeah, there's a winners.
If you leave, you're a loser.
Yeah,
not because you're not doing business, but because you gave up on pursuit.
Yeah, you gave up on yourself.
Yeah, like there's no
bigger
bigger
give
loser.
up on yourself. You're going to give up on your wife, and that shit's contagious. And like you said earlier in the beginning of the podcast, it's really just it's a contagious thing. And now your looks, your
and if you give up on yourself,
everything.
Everybody else gave up on you too. Yeah. Like you can't give up on yourself and walk around with confidence.
Anyways. Yeah. So there you go, guys. Get on the 30-day challenge.
Don't be a loser.
Go buy Johnny Slicks tomorrow and go get your blood tested at Core. We're here for you.
Yeah, all of this stuff is on sale. So like there's no better time. And it'll get there before Christmas. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. I mean, you can only beat a dead horse so much.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to say?
Someone asked how
Happy
often do
birthday
you
to
run
Johnny.
the 30-day challenge?
How much what?
How often do you run the 30-day challenge?
Every other month. Every other month. But it might change in March. We might go to an app and it might be cheaper, but it won't be highly involved. So I highly suggest, I'm saying might, I haven't made the decision yet. So this 30-day challenge might be the last one we do it the way we do it.
In January 1?
January.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when do they need to sign up?
Now?
Right now.
Fucking now?
Don't be the guy on January 31st.
Or you mean December 31st?
December 31st.
Yeah, because everything is, it's a great question. So everything is completely manual. Like there's no automation.
Yeah.
So you sign up Christian goes get your name and email, enters you into the system. Then the coaches go look at, once you fill out your health questionnaire, they go and build you a custom meal plan, you know?
Mhm.
So unless you have that, unless you fill out your health questionnaire. So what people will do is like the night before they'll buy it and then they'll message her, where's my stuff?
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, this
As if it is automated.
Yeah. Like it's not automated.
Yeah.
You know, like we can't give you a custom meal plan by your email.
Yeah.
Like we need to know your height, weight, your injuries, what your, you know, potentially what
Yeah.
like, we want to figure out what your BMR is.
Yeah.
If you have allergies, like what if we give you a meal plan? You're like, well, I'm allergic to gluten.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
And
I
like the
can't
whole
eat
meal.
eggs or
Yeah.
I can't eat chicken, you know, whatever. I don't eat red meat or I'm a vegan or a vegetarian or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we can't make those things unless we have that information. So the sooner you get in on the challenge, the sooner you'll get your stuff the first. If you're late to the last minute,
Well, then you're late to life, as Kirk says.
yeah, as Kirk says, you're late to life.
So
anyways,
reach out now.
yeah, that's it. Anything else?
Dope.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, never quit, never surrender. Thanks for hanging out with us live. This was rad. We'll start doing more of these, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.